Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. I'm feeling kind of bohemian today, you know, through my turban any kind of way, jacket sticking out on it. I don't care. You know, pretty is, pretty does. The question, and I never know what I'm going to say to you. The question is, how authentically real are we going to be? In the short time that we have to live our lives, how authentically real are you going to be? I'm always thinking of stories that to tell you, hoping that I can identify with the real you, the real you, not this superficial you, the real you, beyond sensory perception. The you that once felt and truly tasted and knew the meaning of your primordial self, not this learned secular city self that you have become, this plastic flower that you are now decorating your life, your family, your community, your world, this put on show. You know, I was kicked out of kindergarten. Yeah, I think I'm the only student at School 42 over in the Udale area that I grew up in near Clifton Street. Radar, I think, was the street it was Radar that it was on, or still is on. I got kicked out of kindergarten. Yeah, and my grandmother asked me, how does a 5-year-old get kicked out of school? I said, well, Mama, you taught me, you don't let nobody punk you. That's what you told me, to fight and to defend myself, or people would be whooping me every day. And this big guy, we went to the restroom one day, and I'm going to do a poem for you, inshallah, if I can find my voice. We went to the restroom one day, and this guy turned around and peed on me. And the only thing that came to me in that moment wasn't anger. I was, it was like I was amazed that he turned around and did something that just seemed to be totally absurd to me. Turned around and peed on me, So what I did, I turned around and peed on him back. And so we both got kicked out of kindergarten for a week. We were expelled from School 42 for a week, and I was expelled for lewd behavior, they called it. Lewd behavior. He peed on me, I peed back on him, and I kicked out of school for a week. But I've never been a person trying to be big and bad or none of that. I ran with guys that were big and bad, and most of them are dead now. But I never was one of those, you're going to fight and somebody wants to stand for an hour with a chip, they take a piece of wood or something and sit it on your shoulder and say, knock it off. Knock it off. And they stand there for hours going around and around in circles, threatening each other. They tried that with me. I was little, and I knew that, what you had to do with that. I didn't have time to walk around in circles with you while you playing games with me, threatening you out of your fear. What I would do is just haul off and knock and pick up something like a board or brick as fast as I could while they trying to put something on my shoulder, and I just pick up something and knock the holy hell out of them, and the fight was over. Because I'm going home. I'm not doing this. I'm not gonna do that chip thing, and I'm that way today. I'm that way today. To those that are my friends, I am loyal. And it's to the death. You show me you're my friend, I'm gonna be down for you. It's not gonna be superficial. You show me you an enemy to me, I'm gonna deal with you. I'm gonna deal with you. If I respect you and I show you my love and my compassion, and you gonna give me back something that's completely alien to that, we're gonna do that. And I don't war out of anger any longer. That's wasted energy. If I have to war, I'm gonna do that out of love too, but it's gonna be out of totality. Because I have learned that nothing less than your total being is going to ever have any power. Anything less than that, it's going to be divided. It's not going to have unicity. So don't come playing halfway. Don't come with no chipping with me. Don't do that. Don't do that. And I don't know, I'm trying to believe that if I continue to give and continue to be sincere and continue to be real, that somebody out there is going to support this that you are getting nowhere else on the internet. I'm beginning to disbelieve in that. Like I'm beginning to disbelieve that I can mentor younger poets. They don't have any respect. They don't have what I have. You don't come to me as a father and talk to me like I'm your son. I'm not your son. I was a son to those who were my fathers. And I never came to none of them talking crazy. I just didn't. And I've been blessed as a result of that. I didn't intend to say none of this. So if I can get this UFO to work, and I want to do the topical poem to a new collection of poems out of about, 20 books that have written me or more that are sitting here. This royal commissioner has done his job. Where are those to support the one that they gave the certificate to? Whether you support it or not, the God who sent these poems will support it. He will support this because he doesn't cheat us like that. He tests us, but he never cheats us. God will test us, but he doesn't cheat us. So let me see if I can get these controls working. I know I'm looking wild today. I just slapped the turban up on my head. I don't care. It's wrapped around, a hood. But I got my master's mantle on, and this mantle is more than a cloth. It is the summum bonum of years of baraka that's been carried by those all the way back to ancient times. Is now wrapped around my neck that my master gave only to me. He didn't give it to no other and back it. And many of them don't like that either. Don't want to accept it. Just like they didn't accept St. Tuba. Same thing he went through with the same kind of spirits. So, you want a war with God, you got one. It's a terrible thing to fall into the hands of the living God. He never died, Never did. So hold on for a minute as SIAM tries to work this UFO, get these knobs and dials and gyroscope and things to work in here again. I wish I didn't have to wear these glasses. They get on my nerves, as some of you can tell. This collection of poetry is entitled Poems of Blood on Paper of Fire. Bismillah, Ya Rahman, Nurahim. Forever seek you for your grace and mercy and your inspiration. Poems of Blood on Paper of Fire. 1. Poems of blood, one paper of fire. Poems of blood on paper of fire. Poems, 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 fire of red running blood, paper of flames. The existential, experiential X-file of your hallucinatic, copaesthetic, hyperstatic, as Salvador Dali, 3D surreal, sight, sound, taste, feeling, smelling, sniffing, for touching, muching, a lacking, a sympathy, sensitivity, symphony, no empathy, aesthetic, insane dreams, imploding and exploding, favorite snapshot. The demolition crew was called in. You did not answer the door. 2. You hold on to antiquacious, expectatious, presumptuous, so assumptuous, partial sight lost to the light, no night, light lens, screen vision, a denial of laying, flying, lying, crumbling division of nuclear construction. Even your dead bones will sing the song of God. 3. Standing and dancing on tiptoe needle points, seeking four-square declaration, anatomic a decimation, yet still embracing and no equating, just standing, stagnating, glued, super duty, stuck on stupidity, stupid city, willful to the brim, ignorance of self-absorbed distance. 4. The train whistle does not even blow in the vast distance. Mississippi Delta still in your soul, yet still loyal to your worst nightmare. 5. Imbecilic Kafkas, living, breathing, bleeding, transformed cockroach, apple stuck in back. On your stomach, on your bedroom bed, and your head fell off to the floor, rolling out the door. Such astounding madness. 6. A feast of fools. Their souls will not turn to the east within bending mind, in kind mass, a dying dwarf star. Epileptically now returning, seeking a singing black hole down home, muddy waters blues. White, red, yellow, brown, black, you. A purple people eater metamorphosis. Hiding still beneath covers, from shadows, walking and talking, making creepy sounds, and crawling our bedroom walls in the dark. When they turned off the light, no light, just phantom shadows. This, dear, our projection of the known into the unknown, for you cannot, dear, fear near what you do not know. You have to know it to fear it. Now this, the coming of the ugly booger man. 7. I used to wait on him while other children were crying. I wanted to show enough whip the boogeyman's ass. I was standing up in my crib waiting. I did not know the word bully. I just while in diapers, I did not like the Booker man's attitude, cause he had no attitude of gratitude, exuding gracious, sincere bravados, abrigados, and needed minus emancipation, no ascension, no light rays to penetrate his interstellar worlds. 8. Your legacy lay in cobweb, mental state, hospital, mind, conscious, stress, mess per nest, attacked by own self, black widow, spider, inner womb, woman, man. Your praying mantis head self-devoured, while I just hit you with some megadocious words, and I slide into 9. Poems of blood on paper of fire. Poems of blood, one paper of fire. Poems, fire in wet blood, red blood paper of flames. Poems of blood on paper of fire. Poems of blood, one paper of fire. Fire, fire, fire.